So you want to know how you could walk on water. It's why you clicked this video. I wouldn't blame you. It's an interesting premise. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you could walk on water. Now, I could stretch it out and tell you at the end of the video as to how you could walk on water and then prolong the YouTube algorithm into thinking that this channel is actually doing better than it is. However, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you right at the start how you could walk on water. You lie. As a magician, you are taught to lie on a daily basis. Some magicians might lie to you and tell you that they don't lie. However, that in itself is a massive lie. It's how we get away with stuff. It's how we do tricks. We can't do magic tricks without lying. It is physically, metaphorically, and literally impossible. There is no way that I could make your card magically go from the middle of the deck to the top of the deck. There's no way to do it. The only way to do it is through hard methods, through sleight of hand, through subtlety. Of course, that's not as interesting as saying that you have bent the known laws of physics in order to make that card jump from the middle of the deck to the top of the deck. Look at this, look at this, look at this, right here. You see that? Ace of clubs. I take the ace of clubs, I put it in the middle of the deck. No sleight of hand whatsoever. I haven't done anything. I haven't done any moves whatsoever. But if I just do this right here, look, that's all it takes, because the card now melts all the way to the top of the deck. Now, I know what you're thinking. I could be using two aces of clubs, and I could assure you that there aren't two aces of clubs. There's only one in this deck, and it's the one that I was using. Or I could be lying, and there is a potential ace of clubs in this deck, because what does it matter? I'm gonna lie to you anyways. I was just lifting two cards as one, and then that makes it look like I'm putting the ace of clubs in the middle. Really, the ace of clubs stays on top the entire time. But if I were to tell you that, there's no fucking trick. There's no trick whatsoever. So I need to lie to you for the entertainment. Now you may be asking yourself, what does this have to do with walking on water? What does lying and card tricks have to do with the idea of walking on water? Something that's physically impossible. The laws of known physics deny the ability of an individual, a man, a mortal, to walk on water. Well, it's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. It's a lie, but it's not a lie on the part of the person doing it. In this case, the most famous person that we know that's walked on water allegedly is Jesus. It wasn't a lie on his end, but it was a lie in the minds of the people who watched him do it. Our memories are terrible, and dirty, disgusting loser virgins like this guy take advantage of that in order to do our little card tricks and coin tricks and do our little tricks where we pretend to read your mind. So if I nudge you in the right direction, you're gonna remember something that never happened. How many times have you been told by a magician, I don't wanna touch the cards? I haven't touched the cards. You've had the cards in your hand the entire time. Odds are that he did touch the cards many times, and he wants you to forget that. So what's he gonna tell you? I never touched the cards. It's a simple thing, but it makes a world of a difference, because when you're remembering the story later on and you're telling it back either to him when you meet him again, or maybe your friends, if you care to explain what just happened to you, what are you gonna say? The magician never touched the cards. When I was younger, I would do a trick that people affectionately called the shoe trick. It was a simple trick. It was very simple. All you needed to do was have a card picked just like this. We have a card picked just like this. That card is remembered by the spectator. That card is then lost in the middle of the deck, never to be seen ever again. It's shuffled, it's lost. I can't find it now. I show you this card over here, which is not your card. This card is a 5 of spades. So what would I do? I would say, here, we're gonna take this card and I'm gonna put it underneath your foot like this. I'm gonna take the card and put it underneath your foot. I want you to step on it to make sure that I cannot touch that card, sir. So now here's the thing. I'm gonna try to find your card because I've messed up. So let's do it this way. I'm gonna cut the cards and I'm gonna find your card, sir, right here, the 5 of spades, which is a card that I ostensibly put underneath your foot. Of course, when the spectator decides to lift up their shoe and find a card, it's no longer the 5 of spades. Now it's the 5 of hearts, the card they picked. If you think about it, it's a stupid trick. It doesn't really make much sense. Why would I have them put this card that doesn't matter, an arbitrary card that I'm showing to them underneath their shoe? It doesn't make much sense. However, the memory is what makes sense, because I don't know how many times I've done this trick. The participant remembers that the card was inside of their shoe. Sometimes I would have them sign the card that they picked, and they would remember that that signed card impossibly appeared in the inside of their shoe. They would swear to me years later that that card was inside of their shoe. Even though you saw that shitty trick where the card is just underneath their shoe, I'm just isolating the card underneath their foot, and they misremember it. Why? Because our memories are terrible. They try to piece it together themselves. They have A, which is a card trick. They have B, which is the end of the trick. I find their card. However, that journey in between, they fill in the blanks. And usually they're gonna fill in the blanks in a very, very extraordinary way. In this case, to misremember an impossibility that I found a signed card inside of their shoe. Sometimes they told me they removed the card themselves. Do I deny it? No. Do I take credit for it? Yes. Why? Because I'm a dirty, disgusting virgin magician, and that's part of the job. Another example, the spectator picks any card they want, they remember it, that card goes in the middle of the deck. Never be seen ever again by any human eyes because of the thoroughness of my shuffle. I then reach into the deck, I pull out a card, and they say that's not my card. I do it again. I reach into the deck, I pull out a different card, they say that's not my card. Out of anger, I grab the deck and I throw it at the ceiling. And of course, all the cards fall down apart from one, their card, which is stuck. A shitty trick if you think about it. Why would I throw the cards up? If anything, I'd throw the cards down. It doesn't really make much sense. Why is it sticking up there? There has to be something sticky on it. There's a lot of factors that contribute to this being a subpar trick. However, in the minds of a layperson, a spectator, it is an extraordinary feat. Sometimes you have the card signed to make sure that it's the same exact card, yet the memory of the trick is what is faulty. Every time I've done this trick, it's the exact same recall, the exact same faulty memory. I picked a card. I wrote my name on the card. He couldn't find my card. Then my card appeared on the roof. Of course, it's a ceiling, not a roof, but that's semantics. They don't recall this image of the cards cascading down in a flurry. They don't recall that. The only thing they recall is the beginning when they picked a card and the end where their signed card appeared on the roof. Appeared on the roof. Not that I threw the deck, but it appeared on the roof. Can I do that trick? No, I cannot. But have I done that trick? Yes, I have. Can I make a signed card appear inside of their shoe? No, I physically can't. But have I performed that trick? Yes, I have. Did an individual thousands of years ago walk on water? No, he didn't. But did he walk on water? Yes, he did. So that's the secret of walking on water. I know there's a palpable disappointment in the air, but that's life. You gotta squirt that disappointment ointment and just rub it on and live with it. Some scientists say that he walked on a thin layer of ice. Some devout religious people might tell you otherwise. However, I think the truth. Maybe he walked on a thin layer of ice and the story got misconstrued in the thousands of years that have occurred since. That's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching these. Thank you guys for subscribing, liking, doing all the things that people do when it comes to these videos. It tricks YouTube into thinking that this channel is actually better than it actually is. But apart from that, I'm gonna go figure out different ways to use a thin layer of ice to hold up my insecurities. Wow, look at that. Oh my, look at this. What is this? I had a decent night's sleep. What is that? Holy, I need a depuff. I need a depuff. That might be the gayest thing I've said in a video. But I definitely need to do something on this. Look at that. I look like oh my goodness. I look like I've been left in the sun. I look like a dried raisin. I look like a prune.